Why am I like this? Embarrassing moments that still haunt me at 3 a.m. Hey guys, welcome back to Wine with Ivory Rose, the podcast where we laugh so we don't cry, sit while we spill, and relive every awkward moment we swore we buried deep in the group chat vault. I'm your host, Ivory Rose, your favorite unlicensed therapist and professional hot mess. And today, we are getting uncomfortably honest. That's right, guys. Today's episode is all about those embarrassing moments that sneak up on you like a jump scare in the shower. You know the ones, the memories that randomly attack you at 3 a.m., like, hey, remember when you waved at someone who wasn't waving back at you? Yeah, buckle up because I'm dragging myself for your entertainment. And listen, I talk fast, I live fast, and I collect awkward moments like other people collect Starbucks tumblers. So there's that. Oh, and if you think I'm above exaggeration for a laugh, you are very wrong. This is the safe space for oversharers and dramatic girlies. So let's go. Y'all, let's start with one of my personal favorites, getting caught deep in a car concert. Not humming, not vibing. I'm talking full on Grammy performance. I'm running through the whole breakup. I'm in the final act of a Broadway tragedy and I've got tears and I'm lip syncing and the windshield wipers are flopping and going. They're dancing for me. And then boom, a hot guy in the car next to me pulls up and I'm mid slow motion pretend slap to an imaginary ex. And this man, y'all, is looking at me and this man is laughing. And I'm like, wheezing, not just laughing, like full on belly laughing. Here comes the wheezes. The poor guy can't breathe. And I'm just sitting there like, I don't even know what to do. And he's over there like he just caught the funniest TikTok of the year. And I'm his main character. And I, face red, just want to slide down into my seat and diss a freaking peer. I'm not even playing. Okay. I tried to play it cool, did the whole look away and act like I was yawning move, which only made it worse. Okay. I swear my jaw made a cracking sound like a glow stick. That's how bad I was trying to yawn and cover up the howls of hell from the song. Like, y'all, man, I can't be the only one who's ever done that either. I can't, our cars are our safe places. It's our little therapy room. It's our getaway. That is our place. And if I want to sing, I want to sing. Like, what? Don't look at me. Don't let me put on my show for myself. Don't look at me. Okay. Because, of course, this guy, we hit every red light together for like the next four lights. And man, we were basically in a three-part sitcom pilot called Girl Has Breakdown in Traffic. Like, it was bad. Okay. It was that bad. I will never forget the face. Okay. Never. And then you got, of course, there's always other moments of shame, right? That can't be the only one. Definitely not for Ivory Rose over here because, y'all, if an embarrassing moment can happen, yep, I'm going to do it. I'm going to embarrass myself. Y'all, what about when your mouth has a mind of its own? Sometimes my mouth starts speaking like I'm possessed by the spirit of accidental cringe. I don't know who's driving this thing, guys, but it ain't me. I once congratulated a woman on her pregnancy. Yes, I sure did. Not me, sitting there in the Target aisle and congratulated her on her baby. Sure did. Asked her, is it a boy or a girl? That's the story. That's the whole tragic arc. Yep, because you guys know exactly what happened next. She was not pregnant. Of course she wasn't. Because here I am, she's in that big flower blouse that a woman gets pregnant, all of a sudden she's going to buy that freaking ugly flowered blouse. Like, I don't know why we all dress like that when we're pregnant, but whatever. So here she was in one of those freaking big flowered pregnancy, like what looked like a pregnancy moo. Well, obviously, regular people wear those too because this woman was not pregnant, but she sure as hell was pissed. And I never ducked and dodged into a whole aisle four faster in my entire life. In my entire life. So, yeah, that whole pregnancy thing, Been there, done that. So, yeah, that was horrible. And then, have you ever called someone the wrong name and then dig the hole deeper by trying to explain it? Like, I was thinking of someone else because I I have brain fog and trauma and a caffeine dependence. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're walking up to someone and you're like, "Hey, Carol," and they're like, "I'm not Carol," and I'm like, "Yeah, I know you're not Carol. I just thought you were Carol. I was confused. I'm good for that. I'm good for my brain remembers somebody, remembers their appearance, they look familiar, and my overconfidence thinks, oh, I remember that one, and walks up and says hi, trying to be nice, and I'm not even close. Not even close. So, yeah. And then, please tell me this happened to someone else. It wasn't just me, okay? Please tell me that I am not the only one that this happened to, okay? Ever be on the phone with someone from work and you're just trying to get off the phone with them and you're really not paying attention and they're like, all right, I'll goodbye, and then you're like, yeah, 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 okay, bye, love you. One time I ended a work call with love you. I sure did. To someone from the IT department. Yep. And then trying to hang up fast like I was in a rom-com. Like, man, thank God he didn't say love you too, because then I think I would have just been like, that's it, I'm done. I'm done. Like, I'm not, never again. I quit. I'm going to find another job. But yeah, when you're just sitting there and you're not paying attention and you're just like, love you. And you're like, yeah, they're like, no, man, the embarrassing moments that I have had. And of course, that same IT guy I was on the phone with came into my office just a couple of hours later, and I'm just like, man, please, please don't look at me. Please don't look at me. Don't remember it was me who said I love you. And then we got public humiliation. Y'all, the never ending series. Okay. I can sit here and talk about all of my embarrassing, humiliating moments, and this would just be the 24/7 podcast. All right. That's how bad I am. Okay. This one's called I Was Just Trying to Live My Life, and life said no. I once slipped on a single grape in the grocery store like I was a cartoon. One grape, and my dignity left my entire body like a spirit ascending. Okay? Again, I think it was even probably the same store that I told that woman, asked her if she was having a boy or a girl, the woman who was pregnant. Oh, when you do that whole thing. Yeah, sure was probably the same store where, of course, you're sitting there, you're walking, and you're, just doing your thing, and then bam, you go down like a cartoon character, like the banana peel, except for mine was a grape, it wasn't a banana peel, and yeah, sure did. I was mortified. There you go, you fall, and you're on, and then everyone's got to rush to the corner and be like, rush to your corner. Are you okay? Oh my gosh, can somebody clean this up? This poor woman just fell, and the show that it wasn't even me. I just wanted to get up and act like it never happened. But then a little old lady that came over to help me wants to call everybody and their mother. She might need an ambulance. You should sue. Go get the manager. I want to speak to the manager. And I'm just like, please, lady, go away and just let me go on and do my thing and act like this never happened. But nope, that little old lady needed to get justice for Ivory Rose. So, yeah, that was absolutely freaking mortifying. And then never do anything embarrassing in front of the school. Y'all, not me walking down the steps of my kid's school. Of course, in front of the other parents, okay, while holding a tray of cupcakes. Yep, two of them landed perfectly, the others, not so much. And again, there is such an embarrassment to that, okay? And it was like, you ever just misjudge a step and do that little weird hop to recover, but at the end you're looking like a clumsy kangaroo on caffeine? Yeah, that was me. That was me with the cupcakes. Man, I wanted to. And then the other moms or the other parents and teachers and whoever else was around, it was like they don't know what to do because you know that they want to laugh because I'm a laugher. I would have laughed. I mean, of course, I'm going to make sure you're alive, but yeah, I would have laughed. But it's like they want to make sure that you're okay and they're trying not to laugh. And then you got one who doesn't know what to do and they're just looking at you funky. And you got the other one who just, purses her lips and turns around and she's cracking up. And it was just one of those, now I've got to go get cupcakes. Somebody want to clean up the icing off the steps. And man, again, I just wanted to crawl under a rock and just, yeah, disappear into the great nowhere is what I wanted to do. Because, yeah, you got the triple holding iced coffee. You saved the cup, but lost the shoe. You know what I mean? So priorities, because the coffee's always got to get saved. I'm just saying. And then I'm that person that tries to sneak out of church early and then slams the door, and the priest is going to look at me like and wave. Like, why are you waving in the middle of your sermon and I'm sitting here trying to sneak out the back? You just caught me, buddy. I saw you. Man, I can't even get out of church a little early without being completely mortified. Okay. And then, all right, I know I'm not the only one who's done this. You come out of the store, you get into your car, you sit down, and then you realize you're in the wrong car. Yep, yep, I have done that. Like I'm going to jail. Car looked just like mine. Again, I wasn't paying attention. I don't know where my brain is half the time. Okay, my brain is not thinking on the right schedule. My brain is always ahead, and so I was just doing the things. My brain was thinking its own things. I get in this car, and I'm wondering why the thing ain't starting. Why is my push button not starting? Is my battery dead? Nope, because it ain't my car. And I should have known by the golf clubs that were in the back seat because I don't golf. But nope, my brain didn't even pick up on that nonsense. Not even close. All right, y'all. I asked, and a lot of you delivered. So let's get into some of the glorious messes that you all have sent me. Now, I did request a bunch of people to send me some of their most embarrassing stories. And so here we go. Let's get into the listener confessions. Okay. So we got the gym disaster. This one says, I tried to be cute at the gym doing squats near my crush. My leggings split. It made a sound. He saw, and I left my water bottle and my dignity behind. Y'all, I can't do gyms. I don't, I don't do gyms. I can't, there's always, gym is not a place for not perfect people to congregate. It's really not. Like, I get the whole point of a gym is to, like, you're going there to get into shape, but why is it always the people who are already in shape that congregate there? Like, you can't walk in there and find an ugly, like, not fit person. So I'm always walking around like the odd one out, like, okay, well, this one's overweight and short. You know what I mean? Like, you're not fitting anywhere else. I'll just be on the treadmill on the third level. But can you imagine, like, there's always these good looking men, good looking women, like, around, and you're sitting there trying to do what they do, acting like, oh, I could be one of them, and then bam, your leggings split. That's wild. Gosh, I want to know if this person went back to that. I could not go back to the gym after that. I think that I would just be done. Number two is the Zoom fail. I forgot my mic was on during a virtual work meeting and yelled, "Don't eat that." I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm going to reread that, guys, because this one's getting me because I've done this before. Okay. She said, I forgot my mic was on during a virtual work meeting and yelled, "Don't eat that. It's cat poop," to my toddler. Everyone heard my and my boss just said, "Noted." Y'all, if you're a mom and especially during COVID, when a lot of us had to work at home and take those meetings at home, every single one of us feel this one. Because I have said some crazy crap thinking that my mic was muted on Zoom calls, on, you know what I mean, even on telephone calls. And yeah, man, I'm laughing because I have been in this position, and man, I can just imagine if somebody heard the things I holler at my kids during the day, stop biting the dog. Like the stuff that I yell to my kids or to my grandkids, if anybody ever heard me, they would totally lock me up and put me in a white jacket. Like there's no way they would just let me walk loose in society. They would definitely be like, yeah, there's something wrong with you. Like you're going to the funny farm. Don't be afraid, we're not going to hurt you kind of nonsense because yeah, I am constantly yelling at my kids to I felt this one. That one was funny. The next one is texting regret. Texted, he's been annoying again. To the man I was talking about. He replied, noted. We're married now, but I'll never live it down. Yo, how many of us sent that text message that you tried to take back, or the email or the whatever, and you try to take it back and you can't take it back, and you just want to like, oh my god. You know what I mean? Like you're talking about the spicy pictures you're trying to send to your husband and you accidentally send it to your mother-in-law, your father-in-law. I'm not going to lie, I've never done that, but I have sent some text messages talking about people to the person. And that probably didn't end well. So yeah, that's kind of funny. There's that. Then you have number 4, high heels and sidewalk. I wore stilettos to impress someone at brunch, got stuck in a sidewalk crack, and had to leave the shoe behind like Cinderella, but make it desperate. Man, I am not that. So when I wear high heels, I wear short little kitten heels. I wear short little heels because I am one of those people that I stumble when I'm wearing a high heel. I'll stumble like a calf who just was born and learned it had legs. Like I'm walking around all discombobulated. My legs are wobbling. I'm tripping over everything. My heels are getting stuck in everything. So I would never dare wear stilettos. I am not, I don't have the ability to pull it off, especially if there are stairs involved. I am that person that if there are stairs and I'm wearing stilettos, I am thinking about, oh my gosh, I'm walking down these stairs. Don't let me fall. And because I'm thinking that, just know I'm taking a massive tumble. And I already know that. So that is the reason I don't wear stilettos because bad things happen in stilettos. Nothing good ever happens in them. Yeah, I can't imagine having to leave the shoe behind because that's stuck in there. But that's kind of funny. Thank you for sending that in. Grocery store drama. I waved at a guy I thought I knew, wasn't him, then tried to pretend I was reaching for something behind him, knocked over a shelf of canned beans. I simply walked away. Oh, that sounds embarrassing. But this one, this one reminds me of a story. I actually just was telling some friends about this the other day. I was coming out of a 7-Eleven. And as I'm coming out of the 7-Eleven, it was back when I was younger. It wasn't recently. Definitely going to say that because I'm married. My husband might hear this. But I'm coming out of a 7-Eleven and this really hot, good looking guy is walking in. Now he's got one of those like guinea tees or the wife beaters on, right? And he's totally like built. He's buff. You know what I mean? And he's walking. But as I'm coming out, he's going to walk behind me to go into the door. And so I'm watching him cross the parking lot and he's walking behind me. So my head just keeps turning. And I'm just looking like, eye candy. And not paying attention to where I was walking, still looking at the guy in the guinea tee. I trip off the curb. Not only do I trip off the curb, but some kid had a bike there, just threw it down to run in the store. So I fell off the curb, tripped over the bicycle and landed on top of the bicycle and sprained my ankle. And I wanted to cry. It was so painful. I wanted to die because it was pure embarrassment. And the guy turned around and had to come and help me up from the bicycle and was like, "Are you okay? What happened?" I was so embarrassed. This is another time I wanted to just run away, crawl into an abyss of nowhere. And then like there were other people in that parking lot. I know they saw me watching him walk too, and they're like, you know, I know they were thinking, good, you deserve that because what are you looking at him for? But man, why of all the people in that parking lot, that guy have to be the one that came and helped me off the bike when he's the reason I tripped in the first place? Man. So I get that. That's really why do they got to be good-looking people that are pulling up to you in cars as you're singing anthems and tripping over bicycles and falling on grapes and crap? Like, why can't it be ugly people that you don't care about finding you doing all this nonsense and embarrassing stuff? Why does it always have to be the people you would otherwise want to impress that are like, catching you doing all this nonsense? I really appreciate that. Whoever sent that in, that's kind of funny. Um, Honestly, guys, I could do a whole spin-off called Cringe Confessionals. If you're listening and you got a story, send it to me. You can email it to me, ivoryrose at Gmail. You can message me, DM me, Whine with Ivory Rose. Guys, I live for this. I might even read a few bonus ones in the next week's show. If you guys send them, I will read them next week as well. Maybe we'll do a little, end of the podcast cringe confessionals thing. You guys send them, I'll read them. Some of them are funny as heck, man. I appreciate everybody who sent these in. And let's keep this party of shame rolling because I know it's not just me. And man, it's not like you could just go and tell anybody, all of this stuff. So here's the deal: embarrassment is inevitable, right? If you're not cringing at something you did, are you even living? And we've all been there. It, it's happened to all of us, from Target tumbles to love you slip ups. We're all just doing our best while occasionally embarrassing ourselves in broad daylight. Here's a little homework, guys. Yes, I'm going to give you homework on this show. I want you to text your best friend one embarrassing thing they don't know about you. Just one. Bond through cringe, heal through humor. Okay. Also, if you need to feel better, go ahead and reread your own Facebook post from 2010. That will humble you real fast. We are all loud and we were all wrong. And man, I went back to my Facebook and looked at, I think I went back to 2009 actually, and looked at my old Facebook posts, and I don't even know what I was thinking, y'all. Like, I really don't know what I was thinking. Like, why was I posting that nonsense? Like, the pictures were embarrassing. Like, then we were talking the other day on another podcast about, do you guys remember MySpace and how MySpace and like Facebook and Instagram and these modern social media pages are so much different? Like, go back and think about your MySpace. Like, how much information you actually put out there about yourself is like embarrassing now. I wish I could find my old MySpace because, man, the song that you could pick, like everyone knew what kind of mood you were in and what was going on in your life by your song that played in the background. Everybody knew who you were fighting with, who you were dating, who all of it. You know what I mean? Who you were cheating on who with in your top eight. Okay? Because if that changed, life stopped. Everyone needed a full on explanation. Why did this change? What's going on? Why am I not your number one anymore? Why am I not your number three? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why is she now number one? And who is this guy that just came into your number eight? And man, y'all, can you imagine if MySpace was a thing still to this day? I can't imagine all of the fights, all of the embarrassment, all of the things that would happen if MySpace was a thing today. I think that it was just too much. I believe that it was just too much because then you're sitting there with your little posts and man, gosh, the pictures and the only this person can see your that and they couldn't see your friends, only your top eight. And that top eight, man, I can't talk about that top eight enough. That top eight ended marriages, ended friendships, ended, you know what I mean? Like, I mean, there are sisters that are no longer talking to each other because of that. Like, that top 8 in the MySpace really ruined relationships. That was a relationship ruiner. Okay. That really killed. There's still people to this day that ain't talking because of that top 8 in MySpace. So I think that's so funny. But man, I can't get back into mine though. And I don't think you can anymore. I don't know who bought it. I don't know what happened to Tom, our friend. But man, if I can get back into my MySpace, I would be going back into a whole different, like, it's just so funny to see how social media has evolved since then and how cringe we were back when we were younger. And now, not that we're not cringe now, because here I am on TikTok as a whole grown ass woman. So who'd have thought that one? Um, but yeah, man, you go back in time, you're like, man, I was just a little baby, and you're liking this one, and you're trying to date that one, and man, it was just a hot mess. And y'all remember, we were all on MySpace. Don't even act like you don't remember that top 8 either, because I think that's funny. So, guys, if this episode made you laugh, share it with your friends. Rate it, please. Review it, please. Follow me wherever you get your fix of funny, messy, and real talk. Okay? I am on YouTube. I am on YouTube with my true crime series, Ivory Rose Knows. I am on YouTube with Whine with Ivory Rose. I am on TikTok with Whine with Ivory Rose. I am on TikTok as Ivory Rose Knows. I am Ivory Rose Knows on Facebook. I am Ivory Rose Knows on Instagram. I am Ivory Rose Knows on Twitter. So, guys, please share it out. Friend me, follow me. You know what I mean? You guys, you're more than welcome to send me an email if you have any thoughts. IvoryRoseKnows@gmail.com is my email. Um, and guys, really do give me your honest opinion on this. I can't make this podcast better if you aren't honest and tell me what exactly it is that you guys are expecting or want. And so I take constructive criticism. So please, guys, send me an email and just let me know how I'm doing. If I need to do something better, I can't fix it if I don't know about it. And if you like what you're hearing, let me know that too. It's always good to get one of those emails. And if you want your awkward moment read on air, guys, send it, email it, hashtag it. I will find it and I will read it on. I think I'm going to make the whole cringe confessionals a thing at the end of every Ivory Rose podcast. So I will read them out loud too. So again, guys, slide to my DMs or email me. Let's normalize being cringy queens. Until next time, keep your voice loud and your stories messy. I love you guys. You guys have a great day, and I'll talk to you guys next time.